Welcome back to the Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting. Including today, Spectrum is raising the prices once again of its TV and internet service. We'll tell you when this is happening and what you should be aware of. Comcast's fight with Bally Sports may be causing even more trouble. There's an emergency hearing yesterday, today when I'm recording this. Probably will have more details, but I'll break down what that's about and why Bally Sports is requesting an emergency court hearing to try to keep itself going. Peacock is also adding another live TV channel. These stories and a whole lot more coming up in a quick second. First though, if you want to learn more about any story I'm about to talk about, these and others, you can find a link to each one in the show notes and in the first pinned comment. You can find it there on courtcarsnews.com. Second, if you want to help us grow, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. All right, let's dive into it. Starting off with, Spectrum is raising its TV prices for cable TV and internet for the second time in 2024. Spectrum is quietly once again raising, and I say quietly because they don't make a big noise about this. They do notify their customers, but they don't really make a big jump about it. But in July, TV prices will be going up by $3 for certain states and voice plans by $3 also. Internet prices will be going up $3 or $4 depending on which plan you're on. And other packages like sports package will go up $3 a month. Cable cards for those who still use them will go up $6 a month. And the cost of a cable box will go up $1 a month. In total, you could easily find yourself paying $10 here additional if you have all these different ones, but $5 to $6, $7, $8 more a month will be there. Over the course of the year, that will really add up in new expenses. This comes as in January, the prices went up. And that's on top of the price hike that happened in the middle of the summer last year for Spectrum. That's 3 price hikes in just over a year for Spectrum. That's a lot. Now, that goes back to, streaming services prices are going up. Cable services prices are going up. The truth is, the cost to generate this content is becoming more and more expensive for a variety of reasons. Many of the things that go into building sets, wood, the gas needed to get there, actors, and all kinds of other things. The cost for all these things that go into making movies have gone up in recent years. This leads to content owners demanding more money, which gets passed on. I often, talk about this. Companies in the end don't really pay price hikes. They just pass that on. They have a set profit margin they want to maintain. When costs go up, they go up. They're very rarely willing to eat into their profit margin to avoid a price hike. But with that, keep a close eye on it. Spectrum will probably be notifying you. I've seen some dates of July 17th. It depends on when your bill renews, when you'll be notified. You get about 30 days, I believe, is required notification before a price hike with this. So check it out. Let me know. Have you been notified by Spectrum of a price hike? How much was yours? Leave me a comment. Let me know. Comcast is reportedly into talks with Bally Sports, and this has resulted in forcing an emergency hearing in court yesterday. Now, last month, Comcast dropped Bally Sports. Now, Comcast is very clear they would have happily kept going under a particular contract offer they make. Bally Sports didn't like it, didn't accept it. Bally Sports is upset about Comcast wanting to move their RSNs to more expensive packages. Comcast says very few people actually watch your channels, and moving them to a more expensive package means that people who want them will watch them, and people who don't won't have to pay for them. With this, though, you'll see a growing trend of pressure from Major League Baseball, NBA, and NHL. They're very concerned about how Bally Sports is going to be able to continue without the money from Comcast. They're demanding information that Bally Sports is not willing to give. Bally Sports has asked for an emergency hearing because they've reached an impasse. These leagues want Bally Sports to hand over details about the contracts that Bally Sports says because of non-disclosure agreements it cannot. Though they've offered to show the judge these contracts with the judge, but they say they can't share them with the leagues. The leagues are very concerned that there won't actually be enough money to pay. As long as Bally Sports is able to continue going, they're willing to keep working with Bally Sports because these are older contracts that were based in a different day and age, and they're a lot more profitable than the other options on the table right now. For Major League Baseball, NHL, and NBA, often the best, most profitable deal at this moment is to continue with Bally Sports. That's if they can keep paying. Without Comcast, that question is very much up in the air. We'll have to keep a close eye on it. But the judge, they requested the emergency hearing. We'll see what comes of it at the time of this recording. No announcements have been made. Usually that happens very late in the day. Check out corecarsnews.com. We'll have an update as we find it. If you're a Peacock subscriber, there's a new live channel. Now, for some time, Peacock has offered Reels, Hallmark, NBC Sports, local NBC channels, and NBC News Now. Now you also find, adding to it, Love Nature channel will now be streaming live included with your Peacock subscription. You find content like Wild Pacific Rescue, Battle of the Alps, and more included with this channel. It's one more live channel coming to Peacock with that. I don't know, I've never heard of the channel. Anybody watched that channel before? Is it good? Leave me a comment, let me know. Free ad-supported streaming. Our next story up. Free ad-supported streaming is one of the most popular, fastest growing areas in cord cutting right now. And a new report from Nielsen supports that. In May 2024, Tubi, the Roku channel, and Pluto TV all saw viewership growth as Americans increasingly turn to free ad-supported streaming services to try to cut down on costs. Most of them went up 0.1% or so, but Tubi is pretty much neck and neck with Disney Plus at 1.8%, the Roku channel at 1.5%, Pluto TV at 0.9% with this. I think some of the biggest interesting moves here is the Roku channel up from 1.2, jumping Max to become more popular or more viewed, according to Nielsen, than Max. Now, Tubi is only behind Disney Plus, also at 1.2, Prime Video, Hulu, Netflix, and YouTube. Increasingly, these services are becoming the most popular. Now, depending on how you look at these stats, according to other reports, the Los Angeles Times puts Tubi ahead of everything else. They say the average viewer there. We'll have to play it out. But very interesting to see the growth of free ad-supported streaming services. No matter who's right here, who's wrong on what's the most popular service, the trend is one thing very clear. Free ad-supported streaming is becoming more and more popular. And as the more popular it becomes, the more people are probably be willing to put their content on these services to generate revenue in new ways. Look for that trend to continue in the years to come. If you've been thinking about getting 5G home internet from T-Mobile, now may be a great time. They have a temporary deal happening right now until the end of the month. You can get 5G home internet for just $40 a month if you have any wireless plan with T-Mobile. You'll also get a $200 gift card back, one of those Visa, I think it's a Visa, I can't remember if it's Visa or MasterCard, gift card with that if you sign up. You'll also have 15 days worry-free to cancel at any time if you so choose. It's a pretty good deal there. You can try it out with that. But let me know, are you a T-Mobile customer? Do you like it? Do you not like it? That's my question of the day. Who here is a 5G home internet? Maybe it's from Verizon or another company, AT&T. What do you think of it? Let's dive into the question of the day. I get a lot of questions out there. I try to answer as many as I can, sometimes in the comments, sometimes here. If you have a question for me, leave me a comment with something like a question for Luke, so I know it's one here. Today's question is, Luke, with cord cutting increasing and more people are starting to use OTA antennas to watch TV, do you think that more OTA TV towers will start to be built so that it will be easier for people to get OTA TV stations? Very interesting question. Over-the-air television is definitely growing, but still, sadly, a small percentage of the total viewership of television. Now, what will cause them to be willing to put out more towers? Well, money. For now, it's not financially viable for them to build more towers, try to increase coverage. Reason being, they get more money if you subscribe to a streaming service like Hulu Plus Live TV, YouTube, Fubo, and the like. Or if you get cable, they get even more money. It's more profitable for local television stations to do that than to go free over the air and have to rely exclusively on advertising. Two big problems: they can't measure, especially with ATSC 1.0, they can't measure who's watching. Two, they can't double monetize it. Right now, with a streaming service or a cable provider, they get not only the ad revenue, they get the revenue from your subscription from them. And they get fat on guaranteed revenue off of that. The vast majority of local TV stations' revenue comes from the cable television fees, even to this day. Now, if that would ever change, I think then they would be willing. But for as long as the majority of their money comes from cable networks and live TV streaming services, they don't have really an incentive to go offer better coverage for free over the air with an antenna. As long as that remains true, I don't think we're going to see more towers. Is there a day where that could be true? Sure. As of today, I just don't see it. Well, that's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic day. If you have a question, again, leave it in the comments. Start off with something like a question for Luke. Sometimes I'll answer here. Sometimes I'll answer it in the comments. Until next time, take care. Be safe. I'll be back again real soon.